Okay, guys, this is Scott here with the 65 Mustang restoration. I haven't been on for a while. I've been kind of moving from state to state and getting settled back in, but I'm back in Arizona. So just want to kind of give you an update. So I've started wiring it up with the American wire harness here on the back. And as you can see, I've got it all wired up. That's the sending unit. I got the grounds I still have to hook up, put some connectors on them. This is my fuel cutoff switch, the white wires, which I had to run from the EFI wiring harness. And this is going to go right up in here. I don't know if you can see it or not, but that's going to basically go right up in this area right over here. So that's where I'm at in the back. Got the turn signals wired up. I got the backup lights wired up. They're over here. Got pigtails on them right here, so I can just plug them in when I'm ready to. Here, right here, where my light is, that's where the fuel lines are going to go, and I'm going to run those right out here, drill a couple holes, and then they'll go back down and then go all the way out through down the passenger side, up through the fender well and into the engine. So I'm kind of getting there. And then if you come over here inside the vehicle itself, you can see I have a whole lot of wires left in here. That's the EFI wiring harness. Over there's the American wire harness. I got the dash to do. I got some relays I got to put on the wiper motor mount, which is over there on the workbench. I had to clean up that bracket, paint it up, and everything like that. So, you know, a lot of wires to hook up, but that's where we're at. And then we come over here, back down over here. You can see, yeah, right there. That's for the garment that has the American wire harness come out where all these lights are. That's what these wires are here for lights and stuff like that. And then right there, that's the American wire harness. Right there, you can see American wire harness come out. That's for like the engine. Now, really the only ones I'm going to be using are the pink one, or the red one, and the purple one. I got a green one, a blue one, a white one, and you know, it's for like the oil sender unit, the water temperature tachometer. I'm not going to be using those. The gauges that I have, Dakota Digital basically has their own sensors with their own wires, and that's what I ran right back into there. So I won't need those. So I'll just cut these off right here, put it in the wire harness. So if we ever want to go back old school, the wires will be there and be ready to go. I did get my coil mounted up. I also got my starter relay mounted up. This long wire here is actually for my VSS, which is actually going to go back down there into the sensor coming out of the transmission. And once I get about right over in here where the light's at, I'll have to tap into it for the Dakota Digital gauges that I have, because that's how the speedometer will be read through the signal coming off the VSS through the EFI wiring harness. So I've wrapped that about 3 or 4 times, that wire back there. So I'm going to have to wrap it again. I got the intake manifold over here, which is ready to go. So once I get these wires basically all where I want to go, I can put that intake manifold on, I can put the throttle body on. Here's the actual throttle cable, which you can see right here, goes back over here, and right there is where it is going to screw into the firewall. Now that's the throttle cable off the 89 Mustang. So that was off the donor car, which was really cool because I don't have to really do anything else. And then this right here was the throttle pedal that I thought I was going to be able to use. Now I probably could and make like an inch bracket, put underneath it, but I went online and found this, which is the throttle assembly off of a 70 Mustang, and as you can see, it's got the same end on it. So this is basically just going to bolt right in. All I got to do is, once I get the cable on, find the position, you know, screw it in, and I'm going to have a throttle pedal. Obviously it's used, it looks like it's got new gaskets in it. I'll clean it up, paint it up. I've already WD-40'd it. I mean, it's working real good. So what else can we say that we got going on here? And this is the O2 sensor, which I got one on each side. I've got the JBA headers on it, which I think I did a video on that. But I've also got the JBA exhaust system, and here's part of it, and I got part of it in there. I got the H pipe all the way back out, coming to and out the rear valence, which will be right there. So those pipes will actually come out right there. So I got to get some of this wiring done before I try to even put that on. Here's some more wires into my wiring harness box. You know, there's more stuff there. So this is just kind of a quick update for you guys on what's going on. You can see all those wires and stuff in there. So I had to run these, but before I can go any farther, I actually have to, you can probably see the fuse box back there a little bit, but before I can go any farther, I have to get this wiper motor, which is right here. This wiper motor and bracket, I have to get that in with these gaskets that go on the end here. I need to get that in because I got to mount the fuse relay, which gets mounted on the underside of that right there. So you know, I thought I was going to get the dash wiring done until I pulled this out and it was all rusty. So then I had to take it apart, sand it down, spent a half a day doing that, painting it and whatever. So, you know, it's a process. So now that I'm back on the ball, hopefully things will go at a little steadier pace. In here I just got kind of a box of stuff. There's the this is donor off the 89, so I'll be able to use that and just get an air filter to put on it. There's my part of my throttle body. Plus I've got, there's my actual throttle body. There's a sensor there. This will actually go on the tube here, hooks up onto. Obviously the cap, I'll get a new one. There's my distributor. I should be able to use that because the car was running fine. I got my horns I got to put in. That's my old wiring harness. I've been kind of Frankensteining it, cutting off, using some of the connectors I need. And, you know, just various parts over in here. As you can see, when I moved, instead of putting these all back in the shed, I've kind of kept them out here. So I've kind of cramped myself a little bit. But anyways, that's kind of where we're at in the process. And hope you liked the video. Bye.